Okay, Daniel, let's see if I can give you some tips on drawing the Octa-Wrench. Um, here's the object right here, and you can see there's two ellipses in here, or partial ellipses. We have a half ellipse here, right? And then here we have a quarter of an ellipse. All right, so let's first, whoops, I'm on the wrong workspace. Sorry, I was in my 3D class, so let's go back here. And let's start out like we normally start out with things. We will draw a construction line. That's a good way to get started. And then I'm going to draw a circle here with a diameter of 3. And I'll save putting the octagon in there because that wasn't one of the questions that you had. So let's just focus on the ellipses. Let's offset 5 and offset this down, and then let's draw another circle right here with a radius of 0.63. Okay, so that's basically what we need to get started with it. The half ellipse is going to be positioned right in here, okay, and we can actually use these construction lines to do that. So we're not, of course, going to draw a half ellipse or some kind of elliptical arc. That's way more trouble than it's worth. We're just going to use the ellipse command and then trim it. So in this case, we know that here. Let's bring the dimension over here, or the drawing over here. We know that this is from C to D a half ellipse, and we know the width across what in essence would be the minor radius or the minor distance here, right? The shorter distance is the minor distance, would be 0.5. This distance, we don't know what that is, but we have the points right there that we can use. So we're going to use the axis end variety here. So we'll choose axis end, and we're going to put one axis right here. Notice my object snap quadrant. We could also have object snap intersect right there. So we pick there to there, and then look at that right there. We're going to give the 0.5 for our ellipse, and then I can trim this out like so. Okay. Now for the quarter of ellipse, we're kind of going to do the same thing, but if we look at the dimensions that we're given the distance from here to here, which is going to be half of 3, which is 1.5. So the distance here is 1.5. And we know the distance from here to here, measured directly due south, is 5 plus 0.63, 5.63. Okay. So let's do that. So we're going to use the other ellipse. Come on, let's go. We're going to use center axis end, right? So the center of this ellipse is going to be right there. And one axis end is going to be here. The other axis end is going to be right there. Okay. Now, that will give us the quarter of ellipse that we need. So we trim that, and I'll trim it here and here. We'll use this as a cutting edge, and we'll trim that back right there. This is actually going to be, the circle is going to be trimmed away, so I'll trim that away. Okay, so we got that. We can trim that out while we're there. And then that's it, right? And the rest of it, I trust you can put in there, the octagon and the other circle, but that's how we do that construction on that. All right, so I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. All right.